At LabLab, we have just tested the Ecovacs O500 Panorama, and in this video, we will tell you what we honestly think about it. If you are interested in this product, be aware that we have placed a link with its best price right below the video. This robotic lawnmower measures 60 by 40 by 28 centimeters and weighs 11 kilograms. It is IPX6 certified, which means it is resistant to rain and jets from a garden hose. Under its structure, there are two large drive wheels at the rear, two small omnidirectional wheels at the front, and the cutting disc with its 3 blades. On top, there is a large stop button that allows you to stop the robot in an emergency if needed, the control panel, the panoramic camera, the button to adjust the cutting height, and the rain sensor. Finally, at the front, we find the artificial intelligence camera as well as the LiDAR sensor, allowing the robot to navigate its environment. The O500 Panorama comes with a charging station and its power cable. However, the cable is only 5 meters long, which we think is too limited. It would have been better to have 10 meters, as some competitors do. To secure the charging station to the ground, 6 pegs and a hex key are included. A kit of 9 replacement blades is also provided. A quick start guide explains the steps to follow to set up the robot. Since the Panorama functions exclusively thanks to its LiDAR and camera, rather than GPS, there is no RTK beacon to install in addition to the station. This makes the setup extremely fast. Like the robot, the station has IPX6 certification, allowing it to withstand rain. In terms of maintenance, it is enough to wipe the robot's sensors from time to time to keep them clean. In addition to that, it is recommended to change the blades every 2 months. Finally, be aware that there is a 3-year warranty on this model, which is reassuring regarding its durability. That is it for the design, installation, and maintenance. Now let us move on to the features. When turning the robot on for the first time, it must be paired with the Ecovacs Home application. This process was easy for us, as was downloading the latest available software updates. Since the O500 Panorama is designed for small lawns of up to 500 square meters, it connects exclusively via Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. It is not possible to install a 4G module. Bluetooth is used for short-range interactions, such as manual control. Wi-Fi allows for full management via the Ecovacs Home app, but it must be received at least up to the station. It does not necessarily need to cover your entire garden. To perform an initial map, you must manually pilot the robot along your lawn. During this process, the device is connected to your smartphone via Bluetooth, and it saves its position in memory thanks to its various sensors. Once the mapping is finished, the robot performs a lawn learning process using its various sensors by driving around for a few minutes. You can then edit the created map by defining no-go zones and dividing the lawn into different areas. The robot can be launched to mow the entire lawn or a specific zone if you have created several. You can also control it manually via the application as if it were a remote-controlled car. It is possible to schedule mowing for certain days and times and define whether you want the robot to mow the entire area or just a specific zone. The cutting height is adjustable between 3 and 8 centimeters via the dial on the device. During operation, you can follow the robot live on the app and even see through its camera, which is an appreciable feature given its low price. If there are areas in the garden where the robot does not receive Wi-Fi, it can still navigate, but you temporarily cannot follow it live in the app or see through its camera. Among the other features, we find the task log, obstacle detection sensitivity, mowing direction, settings related to edge mowing and rain management, alarm activation when the robot is lifted, PIN code modification, and even artificial intelligence animal recognition. During our tests, the lift alarm worked well when we activated it, but it only emitted 50 decibels, which is ridiculously quiet. Finally, the rain detection did work effectively when we poured water on the robot. It automatically returned to its station, and a notification was sent to our smartphone indicating that rain protection had been activated. Well, enough about theory. Let us move on to the practical with our performance tests. When we started our trials, the mapping of our small 26 square meter test lawn was done quickly and easily. To evaluate the device's cutting performance, we performed 2 tests. A first cut up to 8 centimeters, which is the robot's maximum height, then a second one up to 6 centimeters. In both cases, the result was correct, with quite methodical navigation and a uniform cut. However, to obtain an optimal cut for the entire area, including edges, you must prepare the lawn by manually cutting the highest tufts of grass, either with another mower or with the robot in manual mode. Regarding its speed, during our 2 tests on a 26 square meter surface, each cut took 13 minutes. The robot therefore has a speed of 2 square meters per minute, which is significantly faster than the other models we have tested. We also tested obstacle avoidance by placing objects of different sizes on our lawn. The robot was set to the default sensitivity level. The device detected and avoided almost all the obstacles we put in its path. Barbecue, plush whale, human feet, bucket, and balls were avoided, but the shovel was unfortunately crushed. We then set the detection sensitivity to the most sensitive level, but even so, the robot drove over the shovel. You must therefore be careful not to leave small objects lying around on your lawn. Next, we checked if the device could actually climb slopes with a 45% incline, or 24 degrees. In fact, it succeeded. In our terrain configuration, we have 2 mowing zones. A first main one of 26 square meters, which is flat and simple, and a second, more complex one where we have different vegetable beds. During our test of this robotic mower, it unfortunately failed to navigate on its own to the back of the second zone. It was able to climb the slope between the 2 zones on its own, but it stopped every time at the entrance to the vegetable beds without knowing how to cross them. We think this is due to the fact that our paths are quite narrow, which complicates navigation. We still managed to mow the second zone via manual mode, but it was not possible to do it automatically. This illustrates the main limitation of this model. It is designed for small, simple lawns, not for complex terrain. To finish with performance, note that the device is very quiet when moving. Our sound level meter only detected 50 to 60 decibels at 1 meter away, which is almost imperceptible. Finally, let us finish this test by evaluating the battery life. The Ecovacs O500 Panorama has a 4,000 mAh battery, which allows it to cover up to 500 square meters of terrain according to the brand. If necessary, it can resume its task where it left off when it is recharged again, but the full charge time is 3 hours, which is long. During our various tests on our flat and simple 26 square meter lawn, the robot lost between 15 and 20% of its battery. We therefore estimate that it can mow up to 150 square meters per charge, which is average for its price. If your lawn is the maximum 500 square meters recommended by the brand, it will take the robot an entire day to mow the surface. That is it for our test results. So, to summarize everything, the positive points of the Ecovacs O500 Panorama are an ultra-simple and fast installation, complete features for the price, correct cutting performance, the fact that it handles steep slopes, and the ability to see live via the robot's camera. As for the negative points, the fact that it is not suitable for complex gardens or those with narrow passages, its poor detection of small obstacles like our shovel, the alarm that is too quiet, and the power cable that is a little too short. That ends our test. Thank you very much for watching. As a reminder, you will find the link for this product with its best price right below the video.